Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. Humanity has always hated travel. We hated walking, so we rode horses. We hated horses, so we built cars. We hated traffic, so we built planes. And we hated the TSA, so finally, in the year 2045, we invented the teleporter, the jump pad. It promised to beam your atoms from New York to Tokyo in 0.04 seconds. No lines. No legroom issues. No crying babies. Just zap and you're there. But nobody read the terms and conditions. They didn't tell us about the buffer. You see, transmitting a human being takes a lot of data, petabytes, and sometimes the network gets congested. Sometimes the Wi-Fi signal drops. And when that happens, you don't die. You just pause. You get stuck in the loading screen. An infinite white void where time doesn't exist, where you have to wait for your kidneys to download at the destination. And the worst part isn't the existential dread. The worst part is that you are never alone in the buffer. You are usually stuck with the guy who jumped right after you. Today's story is about Arthur. Arthur hates small talk. He jumped from London to Sydney. But the server lagged. And Arthur found himself trapped in the white void for an eternity with a man named Colin, who really wanted to talk about his fantasy football league. This is the story of the longest awkward silence in the history of the universe. If you have ever stared at a download bar that said, 1 second remaining for 3 hours, smash that like button. You know the pain. And if you want to see a man try to strangle his companion with a pixelated arm that hasn't fully rendered yet, subscribe and ring the bell. Buffering. Arthur stepped onto the pad. He was late for a meeting. Destination, Sydney, Arthur commanded. Zap. The world dissolved. The sensation of speed was incredible. And then, stop. Arthur opened his eyes. He wasn't in Sydney. He was in the white. It was a room with no walls, no floor, and no ceiling. Just blinding, sterile whiteness. Arthur looked down at his body. He was wearing his suit, but his tie was missing. It hadn't loaded yet. Great, Arthur sighed. Lag. Must be peak hours. Usually the buffer lasted a few seconds. A brief pause. Arthur tapped his foot. 1 minute passed. 2 minutes. Okay, Arthur muttered. Packet loss. Just breathe. Then a noise. Bloop. A man appeared next to him. He was short, balding, and wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He was holding a piña colada that was frozen in mid-spill. Whoa, the man said. Did we stop? Are we there? No, Arthur said coldly. We are buffering. I'm Arthur. I'm Colin, the man beamed. Heading to the beach. Man, I love technology. Beats flying, right? Although, I once got stuck in the buffer for 10 minutes. Felt like a lifetime. Hey, you like sports? Arthur closed his eyes. Please. I'm trying to conserve RAM. Don't speak. Come on, Artie. We're stuck here. Might as well chat. You know, the Titans really blew it last season. It was the coaching staff. I told my brother-in-law, Dave, I said, Dave, the defense is Swiss cheese. Arthur looked at the floating holographic display above them. Download status, 99%. Estimated time remaining, 5 seconds. 5 seconds, Arthur prayed. I can survive 5 seconds. The number 5 flickered. It changed to 4. There we go, Arthur exhaled. Then it changed to 12 minutes. Then 3 years. Then calculating. Oh, that's not good, Colin noted. That happened to my cousin. He lost an ear. Packet corruption. He looks weird now. They stood there for what felt like hours. Arthur tried to walk away, but the void looped. He walked 10 steps and ended up back next to Colin. So anyway, Colin continued, unbothered. My cat has this weird rash. I took her to the vet and you won't believe what he said. He said it was stress. Can you believe that? A stressed cat. I pay the mortgage, she just sleeps. Arthur screamed. But there was no echo. The sound was absorbed by the void. Colin, Arthur said through gritted teeth. I'm missing my left foot. It hasn't rendered. Oh yeah, Colin looked down. I'm missing my spleen, I think. I feel lighter. We are data packets, Colin. We are suspended in the fiber optic cables. If the power goes out, we are deleted. You worry too much, Artie. Hey, wanna play I Spy? I spy with my little eye. Something white. Is it the void? Yes. You're good at this. Days passed? Weeks. Time was subjective in the buffer. They sat on the invisible floor. Arthur had learned everything about Colin. He knew about Colin's divorce. He knew about Colin's fear of clowns. He knew Colin's social security number. And that's why I prefer mustard over mayo, Colin finished a 4-hour monologue. Arthur stared into the distance. I miss pain, Arthur whispered. I miss taxes. I miss traffic jams. I would give anything to be stuck in traffic right now. Suddenly the void turned red. Error. Connection timed out. Rerouting via Mars server. Mars? Arthur cried. That's high latency. The ping is going to be 40,000. Cool. Colin clapped. I've never been to Mars. Do we get frequent flyer miles for this? The progress bar dropped to 12%. Then it shot up to 115%. Then it turned into a question mark. We're lost, Arthur realized. We are ghost data. We are going to drift here until the universe ends. Arthur looked at Colin. For the first time he didn't feel annoyance. He felt camaraderie. Colin, Arthur said, holding out his pixelated hand. If we get deleted, I just want you to know. Yeah, Artie? Your cat rash story was mildly engaging. Thanks, buddy. Colin grabbed Arthur's hand. Ding. Download complete. The white void vanished instantly. Arthur fell forward. He face-planted onto the pavement. The sun was blinding. The smell of the ocean hit him. Sydney. He looked at his watch. The time was 9:02 a.m. He had left London at 9:01 a.m. The entire ordeal in the void had taken less than 60 seconds of real time. But in Arthur's mind it had been a decade. He looked up. Colin was standing next to him, sipping his now liquid piña colada. Whoa. Colin laughed. That was a weird hitch, right? A little glitchy. Anyway, see ya, Artie. Have a good meeting. Colin walked off toward the beach, happy as a clam. Arthur lay on the ground. He checked his body. 2 legs. 2 arms. Tie present. He stood up. He was shaking. A stranger walked past him. Nice day, isn't it? The stranger smiled. Arthur grabbed the stranger by the shoulders. Don't speak to me. Arthur shrieked. I have heard enough words for a lifetime. I want silence. I want the void. Arthur ran away, screaming, diving into a taxi. Where to, mate? The driver asked. Somewhere with no signal, Arthur wept. Take me to a library. Back at the teleport station, the technician looked at the log. The tech said. We had a packet collision in Sector 4. 2 users were merged for a microsecond. Fixed it. He took a bite of his donut. Wonder if they noticed. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. The destination is important, but the journey is buffering. If you have ever refreshed a page in anger, hit that like button. Comment below. Who is the one person you would hate to be stuck in a white void with? My vote is on the guy who explains movies while watching them. Subscribe. And please, remain on the line. Your call is important to us. Download failed. Retry.